Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Before I jump into this video, I need to welcome those of you who are new to the channel. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where Jason and I are always dropping boxing related content. Whether it's opinions, fight breakdowns, or documentaries, we do it all here, and you won't find any content like this on YouTube. So make sure you check us out. And for those of you who are regular patrons of the channel, make sure you smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure you are engaging. So let's jump into this topic. There was a video that recently dropped in regards to Terence Crawford and his overall training. And there was something there that was revealed as far as I'm concerned. And we're going to jump into that. I want to speak on that a little bit because I think it's critically important in terms of the success of Terence Crawford. Now, we know that many people have said that we are Terence Crawford haters on this channel, which is so interesting because we have just as many patrons of our channel who are Terence Crawford lovers as some of these, channels that are out here that are definitely Bud lovers. But I think the reason for that is because we keep it real. We tell you what we see and we are consistent in what we say. Now, we've talked about this a little bit. Terence Crawford moving up in weight. There are many people that feel like Terence Crawford is going to be able to just move up and box circles around Canelo Alvarez. We've also heard from many well-known individuals in boxing circles, whether it's trainers, fighters, say that they believe that Terence Crawford can actually go up and knock Canelo Alvarez out. Now, on this channel, we have consistently stated in our normal videos, our live streams that we do 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or the Discord, that Terence Crawford, this is going to be an uphill battle. When you think about individuals moving up in weight, are there instances where individuals moved up in weight and they were successful? Absolutely. Sugar Ray Leonard is one individual that was pointed out when he moved up and he defeated Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Now, you can find those instances, but it's actually way more common that you're going to see the smaller fighter moving up and losing to the good big man. A lot of people feel that Terence Crawford and his measurables in terms of his overall length, arm length, that is, his ability to box, his counterpunching ability, his ring IQ, all of those things are going to end up being too much for Canelo Alvarez. And they totally dismiss size because they believe that Terence Crawford is the same height with the same reach. So size isn't going to play a factor, only skill set. But the problem with that thought process is Terence Crawford will not be the same fighter when he moves up. I have been in sports for several years, played basketball when I was coming up, actually did a little boxing when I was coming up as well. And when you gain weight, there is a difference in your performance, period. It doesn't matter. You will become slower. You will have challenges with the level of explosiveness you have. You will have challenges with your overall conditioning because you're carrying additional weight. It works for everyone. It works in that manner for every person. Now, are there some of those things that you can actually overcome? Sure. But if you see a fighter move up and he carries up power, speed, and his endurance, something's wrong. Doesn't work that way. So something will fail in the ring relative to Terence Crawford. Now, when I looked at this video, and I'm going to share this video here in a second. When I looked at this video, the first thing I thought was, yeah, this is clearly where he's going to end up failing because it's missing here. And it's evident to me that it's missing. Now, some people are going to say, no, you're overestimating this, but I don't think so at all. Let me share my screen here with you all so that you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about in regards to Terence Crawford, because I think that this will end up potentially being his Achilles heel. So this is what Terence Crawford shared here recently on his own channel. I didn't even realize he had a channel. And this is work where he's doing some pad work or some body work here with Steven Nelson, who looks considerably bigger than Terence Crawford, and he's supposed to be a 168-pounder as well. But let's play this clip here very quickly so you can see what Terence Crawford looks like.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
There seems to be a real power deficit here. And Terence and Crawford is putting a lot on these punches, and I just don't see the snap. I've seen some punches from Canelo Alvarez in training, and they pop. when he's hitting any kind of pad. Crawford,
Yeah, what you got? Yeah, what you got? Yeah, what you got? Yeah.
I just don't see the power there. Now we'll see. Let's see Steven Nelson. I don't think Steven Nelson is known for having knockout power, but let's just see what he looks like.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
In my opinion, Steven Nelson punches seem to have a little bit more snap on them than Terence Crawford. And when you hear the impact versus the pad, seems to be a little bit more pop versus what we see from Terence Crawford. And I think ultimately that's going to be one of the things that are going to be a challenge for Terence Crawford. Simply put, Crawford, and I know a lot of you are going to say, well, it's the punch that you don't see. I just don't think Terence Crawford has the power, regardless of whether it's the punch that you don't see or not. And I know a lot of you want to dismiss Canelo Alvarez as being a basic, simple fighter, but the truth of the matter is Canelo's going to fight Terence Crawford out of a high guard. He's going to move to him with head movement out of a high guard, similar to what I thought Errol Spence would have done and what I explained in regards to that particular fight. And he's going to see a lot of what Terence Crawford throws because Canelo is going to be there to catch and counter. That's what he's doing. That's his style. That's what he does. Also, Terence Crawford, in throwing punches and countering punches, he's going to also open himself up to be countered. If he gets countered one time and is flush, that may be enough to make Terence Crawford hesitant. Not perform like Jermell Charlo, I'm not saying that, but make him just hesitant enough not to get off enough punches and lose. I just don't see how Crawford has the punching power to keep Canelo Alvarez honest. And I think that ultimately will be the end of Terence Crawford. Now, if Crawford can simply take the power, maybe we may see something different. But if he can't take the power, I think it's going to be over for Terence Crawford. And I'm not saying Crawford's going to get knocked out because I think Crawford has enough skills to evade punches and make it through 12 rounds. But I just see Bud having some real challenges in this particular fight with the lack of power and the inability to keep Canelo off of him. I just think Canelo's going to come, throw, hit shoulders, arms, hips, you name it. He's going to hit him. And I think it's going to be a rough night for Terence Crawford. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as many people are proclaiming it will be. Now, if it is, good for Terence Crawford. But if he moves up and carries power, speed, and endurance, I haven't seen that anywhere. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast on Sports Media, and I am